Hey everyone, it's Robo-Productions, and Minecraft Live 2022 is right around the corner. And this year, once again, we have another community vote to add a new mob to the game. And this year's selection of mobs is pretty interesting, because it's actually pretty boring. In the past, we've had more substantial, fearsome, challenging mobs to vote on, even if some ultimately came really infuriating, such as, say, the Phantom. But now it seems we're stuck with just peaceful mobs. And this year we get to vote on essentially three gimmicks. The Sniffer is a gimmick that you can go and find and hatch yourself, and then it will go and dig up some random seeds for you. The Rascal is a gimmick for which you can play hide and seek if you're lonely and not in an SMP world or something. And the Tough Golem is a gimmick you build and give items so it can walk around with them. There's obviously a bit more to these mobs than that, and there's certainly plenty of potential for any of these mobs to improve by the time they're added to the game. But they basically do boil down to just gimmicks. Now, which gimmick would you prefer to have in Minecraft? Well, let's look at their individual qualities. The Sniffer is supposed to be an ancient mob that's long extinct from your Minecraft world. You can go find its eggs in chests in underwater ruins, which, by the way, gives those structures a bit more added use. Then you can make the eggs hatch, which will hopefully be easier than hatching turtle eggs. And behold, the mob is no longer extinct. Then it will somehow be able to dig up seeds for a new plant item, which at this point we know it will be purely decorative, not a functional type plant at this point in time. When fully grown, the Sniffer looks like it'll be about the height length of a cow mob, but it'll be bulkier. And there's also a theory running around about fossils being from Sniffers, but that would require that mob to go pretty darn big. And you know, it might seem cool to have dinosaurs roaming about your world, but there's a reason the giant is no longer accessible in the main game, i.e. without commands. Also, maybe you thought that these were its eyes here on the front and it looked kind of cute and derpy, because that's what I initially thought because I wasn't paying attention. But no, those are its nostrils. These are its eyes. And when you look at it this way, it looks like an old dog with like a giant beak and a hedge on its back, which is kind of weird. Anyways, the Rascal is another mob up on the vote. This hides in caves, mainly mine shafts, I think they said. It tries to play hide and seek with you. You see it 3 times and it'll give you a reward, some kind of item. Not really sure how the seeking part's going to work yet. Presumably you have to land your crosshair on the Rascal so that it's been targeted and that'll register it. In the trailer for the mob, it drops an enchanted iron pickaxe in front of Tiny Agnes and Tiny Jens, which could be useful if the enchantments are good, something like Silk Touch or Efficiency 3 or better, etc. It has to be better than Efficiency 1 or Unbreaking 1, right? Level 3 enchantments or higher for it to be worth it for late game players especially. It could also drop rare cave items, maybe based on a biome that you're not in at the time that you find the Rascal. I don't know. It also has a backpack on its back, and some people seem to think that, oh, it has a backpack. If we kill it, maybe it could drop a backpack, and that could give us more inventory space, since we do need an inventory update. I honestly doubt this. If they can't add the bundle, they're probably not going to add a backpack. And then finally, it's the Tough Golem, which is another buildable golem. This time, when you craft it, you can use different colors of wool to change the color of its skirt. I guess that would be what it is. Mostly though, it's a statue, but it will get up and move around and pick up loose items every once in a while, and then it will return back to its initial location. That's a key thing. It returns back to where you placed it. You can also give it specific items to hold. It won't drop it or pick up anything else once you've done that. So I guess it adds some atmosphere. Maybe it's good for moving gargoyles or something like that. But that's it. As I said, more gimmicky than other Minecraft mobs have been. The Sniffer finds a new plant, but who knows? It could be one of many new plants in 1.20. Otherwise, it's not really much use at all, especially if the plants drop their own seeds when you break them, so you don't need Sniffers to get more than one seed. Instead, you can farm it like you would farm wheat. Tough golems could be cool in like a castle, especially made out of deep slate. It would add some life and some interesting detail to builds without you having to worry about it wandering off, like villagers or other mobs do. Also, it's technically an extra storage space for one item, I guess, but overall it's really just an aesthetic only mob. The Rascal is then really the only mob that's useful to players, especially early or mid-game players. You don't have to make it, and it gives you potentially very useful items without you having to exert too much effort. You just see it 3 times and it gets you free stuff. Now, which you vote on is up to you. What do you think will help you most in your worlds? And how you vote, there's 3 different methods for that. First, you could go to the Minecraft launcher. There's a tab on the left sidebar that's called Minecraft Live. On that page, there's a button to cast your votes. Alternatively, you could go to the Minecraft Live page on Minecraft.net, which is located at this URL that's on your screen right now, hopefully. Or if you're playing Bedrock, there is a special server which is called a Carnival map by Minecraft, and you can join that server to go play around. There's like parkour and stuff, and you can cast your vote there using the various levers. You get 1 vote using any of these methods, but you can change that vote as many times as you like during the voting period. That voting period is 24 hours before Minecraft Live starts, so it begins on Friday, October 14th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it ends on Saturday, October 15th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And definitely use a time zone converter if you're not in Eastern Standard Time to find out when exactly that is for you. But then once that's closed, tune into Minecraft Live to see which mob won. Plus, you'll be able to see the 1.20 reveal. It'll be a fun time. I'll be watching it. Hopefully you will too. Like this video if you found it helpful. And until next time, thanks for watching. Goodbye.